Hi guys, and welcome back to the prediction show. This weekend there are only 8 games. As many of you would know, there's a final between Manchester City and Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup. So the games between Aston Villa and Sheffield and Man City against Arsenal have all been postponed. Thank God the game between Man City and Arsenal has been postponed because Man City are real confident right now. They just got a very good victory away to Real Madrid, and Arsenal have been on a good run of form. So I wouldn't want to play Man City immediately. So rather have it postponed till a later date. So to the games this weekend, as I said, there are only 8 games. There's a Friday night kickoff, so I'm gonna start with that one. Norwich against Leicester. You can only see a Leicester win here. Norwich seem to have gone by now. They are 20th. They never win these days. They struggle to score goals. Let's just say ever since they beat Man City back in September, I think they haven't really played well. So in this one, I can only see a Leicester win, a team which is also very, very good away from home. And Jamie Vardy scores dozens of goals at home. So I'm going to go for Norwich 1, Leicester 4. The first kickoff on Saturday is going to be Brighton against Crystal Palace. Brighton against Crystal Palace. This is looking like a 0-0, but Crystal Palace are better away from home, and Brighton have been good at home. I don't think they've lost in the last 4 games at home. There's a time they drew with Chelsea, drew with Aston Villa. So in this one, Crystal Palace struggle for goals. That is the only problem in Crystal Palace. So you can see Brighton actually keeping a clean sheet in this one. So I'm going to go for Brighton 1, Crystal Palace 0. The next game is going to be Bournemouth against Chelsea. Chelsea just got smashed up 3-0 against Bayern Munich, a result everyone expected. Bayern Munich are miles away from Chelsea. And Chelsea itself, Lampard has overdone himself this season. No one expected them to be in the top 4. And same with Bournemouth. No one expected them to be struggling down there. But it looks like they could be favourite for relegation. So they need something for this game. And I think they're going to get something. So I'm going to go for Bournemouth 2, Chelsea 2. The next game is Newcastle against Burnley. Another game just like Brighton and Crystal Palace. Another game that could easily end as a 0-0 draw. But Burnley, a very, very good team. Newcastle also haven't been bad this season. They've been in the top 10. They've been 11, 12, mid-table. But in this one, I'm expecting Burnley to get a win. If it's not 0-0, Burnley is going to win this game 1-0. But I'm going to go for Burnley 1, Newcastle 0. That's my score. The next game is going to be West Ham against Southampton. West Ham is another team that is really struggling this season, same as Bournemouth. You can easily see them getting relegated. So I'm going to go with them. I'm gonna go with West Ham 1, Southampton 1, just because Danny Ings has been scoring a lot of goals, so you can see them scoring goals. And also West Ham, Brighton scored 3 against West Ham, Man City scored 2, Liverpool have just recently scored 3, so you can see West Ham conceding a goal definitely, but also Southampton themselves, I don't see them keeping a clean sheet here, so I'm gonna go for West Ham 1, Southampton 1. The next game is going to be the last game on Saturday, Watford against Liverpool. This is going to be a really good game. Watford played really well against Man U, but ended up losing 3-0. I don't know how that happened. Liverpool too, I do not know how they got 3 points against West Ham. They looked like they were going to have their first defeat of the season, but by the way they were playing, it never really looked like they are going to fail to score another goal. So in this one, I'm going to go for Liverpool to scrape another win. Watford 1, Liverpool 2. Then on Sunday, Everton against Man U. Everton gave Arsenal a real tough game. I mean, I thought we were going to draw that game or at least lose that game, because for like the final 15 minutes, it was just attack from Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin. So Man U surprisingly have kept a couple of clean sheets this season. I think the second most in Europe, so they don't consider a bunch of goals. But in this one, I'm going to go for Everton win. Everton 2, Man U 1. The next game is Tottenham against Wolves. Of course, since Son and Kane got injured and Dele Alli is recently sitting on the bench, Tottenham are really struggling for goals. No striker on the bench. Wolves themselves, really good team. Just beat Espanyol 4-0. Also beat Norwich 3-0. They will have a Europa League second leg tie on Thursday, but I don't think that will affect them. They'll probably rest a bunch of players. So I'm going to go for Tottenham 1, Wolves 1. The next game is going to be Now to the Carabao Cup, Aston Villa against Man City. I remember Man City last season played Watford in the FA Cup final and won 7-0, I think. And Aston Villa, the last final Aston Villa, I remember them in, was against Arsenal, and we beat them 4-0 in Wembley in the FA Cup final 2015. So this one is just pointing out to another Man City goal fest. So I'm going to go for Aston Villa 1, Man City 4 in the final, and Man City will clinch the first title. So those are my predictions. Let me know what your predictions are. Let me know which games you're looking forward to most. Let me know which teams you're expecting to get relegated. Is it Bournemouth, Aston Villa, Norwich, West Ham, Watford? Let me know which teams you're expecting to finish in 4th position and 5th position. And of course, I'll have more videos out. I'm recording this video on Thursday, so I'm getting ready for Arsenal against Olympiacos. I already have my preview out for that for the Arsenal fans. I have the fantasy tip show already out featuring Joff of FPL Take the Hit. Make sure you check that out, and thanks for supporting. Make sure you subscribe, and God bless.